Mabuhay, this is Bob from Love Beyond the Sea. Part 2 today to reveal what has blessed me the most, being married to my Filipina wife. See the link tree above for my website, my book, and where I met my Filipina wife. This is part 2. My greatest blessing from getting married was not something I anticipated. I would describe it as, here it is, purpose. Purpose. Meaningful, satisfying, fulfilling purpose. We have all heard it is more blessed to give than to receive. That comes from the Bible, Acts 20, verse 35. It is good to receive, too. Nothing wrong with that. And when it is done without strings attached, the giver will eventually be blessed themselves in ways more satisfying than receiving is. And this is a great motivation to be a giver. Luke 6:38 says, "Give, and it shall be given unto you. Good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over, will men give into your bosom." God blesses in eternity, but the emphasis in this verse is right here on earth. From other people, as the result of our generosity, even sacrifice for them. So my greatest blessing from being married to my Filipino wife has been the satisfaction in knowing that I am doing all I can to give my wife the best life I can give her. It is ongoing, can't stop. Why would I want to deprive myself by depriving my wife? With the Filipina usually comes the need to help her family, and you should know that. How much to help and in which ways will need to be determined somehow between the two of you. I'll get that out of the way right away because it's easy to see this as an important way to help your wife. And it will be rewarded, but there are others I've experienced. I get great blessing from trying to build her up as much as I can. Feel good about herself. Compliment her. I got blessing from going to work. For both of us, I received blessing in trying things that she likes. For example, karaoke. I received blessing when I helped teach her how to drive. That's certainly something she's going to be using for a long time. And she just drove to Kansas City and back with some friends of hers without me, and she made it back just fine. And I also tried to find friends for her early on, so I get blessed when I try to communicate with her family, too. Helping to set her up financially for her future, that's a blessing to me. My priorities in spending money is her first, us second. You know where that puts me. I am satisfied when I consider letting her visit the Philippines without me so she can be around her family and friends more. I'm okay with giving up what I give up because of the overwhelming satisfaction in treating her as well as possible, and not just while I am alive. So I try to think of her future. My greatest blessing in marriage is in proportion to what I do for my wife. I believe her response is human nature and the promise of God. My wife has responded, perhaps without thinking about it, to my love for her by doing for me what she sees in our marriage that I need, reciprocation. A man isn't likely to marry a Filipina for what she can do for him financially, as she may simply not be able to. I've discovered that what my wife can give me is what I need the most, and I can give her what she needs the most, while making her feel like the most special Filipina in the world. Loving this little woman gives me much purpose, fulfillment, satisfaction, and having purpose has been the greatest blessing to me in our marriage. I can only imagine what the rest of our lives will look like if I keep doing what is best for my love beyond the sea.